On your mark, get set.
The time for
Indeed he does, Ninja. Indeed he does. How are you doing today? Good to see you. Hello, everybody. Hope we're doing well. If the title updated properly, like it should have, thank you for that reminder, Berlin. It should say something about no more dogs. So a tiny announcement in that, of course, as soon as I say no more dogs, I get a text on my phone from the local pet store. It's spooky. It's not really listening to me. It's not really taking in every single thing that I say and watching me. Okay, so what's the deal with no more dogs? So for the longest time, probably since I started streaming, the theme has been dog related, since it ties. Balint, what are you doing? I love your face. Thank you so much. 26 months. Has it really been 26 months I've been streaming? That is insane. And every month I've had your support, so thank you, my friend. I really appreciate that. Yeah, so obviously I have. Are you trying to tell us that dogs are going to a farm in upstate New York? No spoilers, Ninja. Thank you. Oh, why? Oh, hello, Porky. Where did Porky come out? Anyway, let's get rid of the fish stuff before we. There we go. Get rid of the fish UI. Okay, so I've been thinking about what was originally called I Am a Dog and is now called Homeward Hound for some time, about the way it's going to develop going forward. Great, I'm trying to refresh that top stream and my button on my stream deck is not working. There we go. Yeah, so I've obviously invested a lot of time, and certainly on the asset side, I have spent more than I care to admit on dog assets for the game. Now, the game is not going away completely. However, oi, 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 Savaloy, 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 TD, welcome in. Good to see you. TD, of course, fresh back from TwitchCon, which I understand was quite the jolly. You know, he forgot to take me with him. I did offer to carry his bags if he bought my ticket, but it didn't happen. So, yes. So we're going to hit the pause button on the dogs for a while. Streams I follow. Why do you keep refreshing? Not least because I want to decide on the direction it's taking. I mean, we have a high-level elevator pitch, for want of a better expression, about what it was doing, where it was going. But I even tried introducing the derail day on Fridays to try and keep up my interest, where I can split time between the main project. What is going on with streams I follow today? Look, it's picked up 2 people. I don't even know if they're 2 people I follow, and yet they're not online. Okay, all right, focus. But yeah, I think what I need to do is, for Homeward Hound, I need to do some more background offline. I need to get more of a story together. I need to get more of a structure to which scenes there will be, what will actually be happening, and have a to-do list of, okay, this this is where we're going to start, which we obviously decided we're starting in the dog shelter or dog pound, because that's the scene that we've been working on. But then where to after that, so that I can break it down, so that I can see exactly where things are going. I can see what we need to focus on next, because, you know, we started off, we did all the scripting on the NPC dog. Now, that's great for the dog, which really was in a cage. I'm just not bothering with these streams I follow for now, because it's misbehaving and I'm not going to sort it out. So when they refresh, hopefully we will get people that are live like Kel's Bells, you see there. Yeah, so I want to get more of a structure to it. I don't just want to wander around blindly and, oh, what should we do today? Well, let's work on this and not, be going in 4 different directions. So because of that, and so I can try and maintain interest in that project, we're actually going to switch projects, not just for Monday and Wednesday streams, but also the Friday streams. So we're going to focus more on a different project, which I came up with the idea for some time ago, and I did some prototyping and got it working in a basic form. What I'd like to do is focus on getting that fleshed out, because the thing is, that is some more, I don't want to say simple game, but I suppose simple really is the best word for it. It's a game that I know I have less directions I can travel in to get to the finish line. And since it's a car racing game, finish line is a good phrase. So, yeah, that's where we're at. The dogs are going to take a hiatus, if you will. I know that things on the stream, especially like channel points, are called dog treats, so they will still stay the same, at least for now. Some of the emotes are dog related, especially the animated ones. They can still stay because, who doesn't love dogs, even if I'm not working primarily on a dog game? But I've been very conscious of the fact that I wanted to make the stream, I don't want to say less dog friendly, but more game dev related. So any new emotes that I'm going to create from now on, any new redemptions, I want them to be tied in more with game dev in general rather than something dog specific. So let's just bring the mood up a little. I mean, it is a good thing. That's a good thing for me anyway, because it's going to keep my interest in game dev, which was waning somewhat. I'm hoping that I'll be able to spend more time offline when I'm not on stream, also working on it, so that when I come back the following stream, I can show some more progress on it. I just realised I don't have my light on, so the Pokeball is a little bit dark. There we go. Okay. So, yeah, in short, the dogs are going to take a hiatus. We obviously need to update the scrolling text because Happy Pride Month. If my code works correctly, then the Pride redemptions should be disabled, which they are, which is good. Okay, so let's jump into the scroller real quick and update that, and then we can come back and talk some more. Okay, scroller updated. All right, so let's have some shout outs with clips and see if that's working today. So we're going to start with Science Streams. You all know
Vinegar.
Brilliant.
That's
Look at
much
that.
better.
One of his.
Like, listen, I got you.
Hang on a minute. Brilliant.
Sam knows. Sam
Have you
knows
had no
words
clips in the
are
past
hard.
7 days?
And then we've got a rattlesnake here.
Because it picks a clip from the past 7 days, and if there isn't one, then it picks a random one from any time. And I know this is one of your IRL streams you were doing when you yourself were on a vacay from Sunday. What? I missed that. Oh, Sunday. Yeah, I wasn't really fully back then, was I? Okay. Yeah, since I had 3 weeks off myself. Well, that's good then. Good in the not good in the respect that I didn't see the stream, but good in the respect that the clip machine is obviously still working. StreamVOD did what it's supposed to do. It did, I promise you. It pulled a clip from the past 7 days at random. So it worked. So should be YAY StreamVOD. Yay. No Jesse TTS. You didn't hear Jesse? Oh, come on, don't do this to me. I heard Jesse. Let's have a look. File, settings. What are you doing to me, OBS? Audio, device not connected or available. Oh, not again. I have no idea why OBS keeps dropping my audio devices. So when I go into those people that use OBS, when I go into file settings, audio, and look up desktop audio and desktop audio 2, they both say device not connected or not available. So yes, thank you. Don't turn 3PO into a StreamVOD hater as well. This is not a StreamVOD issue. This is a OBS / my PC issue. Hey, the famous Celestial Bean Art is in the house. Good to see you, Bean. I'm just back from 3 weeks off. So I haven't been on many people's streams. I took a sabbatical from Twitch for 3 weeks while I was in England. So if I haven't been on anybody's streams, that'll be why. Unless, of course, you haven't streamed in those 3 weeks, in which case, let's blame that. So let's try. Before I look for work, I just want to say welcome back. Well, Ninja, right before you go, good to see you. Thank you for stopping by. Appreciate the worky lurky, and we will just do an SO for you. See if we can get this. Ninja Gloppy, for those
0 boost for this.
2 people on the planet that don't know who he is. He has a shark-themed stream where he mostly plays Rocket League like a boss.
Ooh,
As
we got it.
demonstrated.
Yeah, we did.
So I was like, oh, I wish we
151.
were able to angle this.
A bit like Will Ferrell then, that animated GIF where he does this. That's a new clip. Good, as it should be. If you had a clip in the last 7 days, that's one it'll pull randomly from. So I'm glad about that. So I hope you don't have to work too hard, Ninja, and I hope your work is over shortly. But of course, we also have Celestial Bean Art in the house. Celestial Bean Art is an amazing artist. And all I'm going to say is lots of butts on her stream. So she also does her own, you ready for this? She does her own screen printing. What? Yeah. Okay, pick a number, Malin. Clearly doesn't want Pokemon today, so we're going to switch out with 3, which is Valent's favourite, Mr. Moose. Mr. Moose is down here somewhere, I know. Now let's see if the change hat button on my Stream Deck is working today. So it's been so long I've even forgotten what this does, so this is probably going to be quite janky. But before we do a shout out for Celestial Bean Art, let's have a quick change of hat. It's like magic, really, isn't it? I need to change it to bit magic-y. Okay, Berlin. The moose is loose about this hoose. Okay, so anyway, if you're not already following the great bean that is Celestial Bean Art, there you go. There's a quick clip for you to inspire you to click that heart at the top of the chat window and drop her a follow.
I've been telling you this. Did you like not believe me?
From the planet Saiyan.
Oh shit.
No.
figured me out, dog.
Yeah. Are you Kakarot?
Maybe.
Did I just expose you?
All right, so I can't say any more about that. Amazing artist, creates amazing emotes and art on stream, and like I say, even does screen printing. So get yourself over there, drop a follow, and you too can have lots of fun. This hat's not very well lit up, is it? I mean, you can't even really see the moose's eyes, but anyway. Okay, so we finally have Streams I Follow working. Got Pirate Software there, Thor, who was also at TwitchCon in Rotterdam. I don't know if Terry Darts managed to bump into him. I know Irish John Games posted a selfie. Let's do an SO for Mighty Jern, who is not feeling great at the moment, so he's currently resting up, but we can still do a SO. Here we go.
Yeah, what's up, chat?
Oh, okay.
It's back at us again with another cringing hard. With another what could we do? Yo, it's super lit and no cap. What's more words? Normie words. I had a load of them in my head, but it's gone away now. Yo, swag. Yo, drip. That's mad drip, yo.
Drip.
He's into normie mode again.
Are you normieing?
Yeah. Yo,
Are you being Kappa?
listen here, fam.
Low key fam.
Listen, fam.
Listen, fam. See, I am proud enough to say that I knew Irish John Games before he turned normie, like when he used to be pre-normie, I guess you could say. But yeah, get well soon, Jern. Okay, so I think we're caught up on the shouts. Oh no, we didn't get one for... We're sitting here talking about Terry Darts. We didn't see the mighty arrow-throwing legend that is Terrier Darts.
Isn't a good one.
There he is, doing Bean Boozled by the look of it.
Oh, I just bit my fucking tongue.
Don't bite your tongue. You're supposed to bite the beans, not bite your tongue. Is it earwax, maybe? All the fun with the beans. And that's funny, because we were just talking about the best bean. And, yeah, there's TD. No, it wasn't a bean. It wasn't Bean Boozled. You just decided to eat your tongue. That seems a strange way to generate content, but, you know, it's your stream, TD, so you do you, boo, as they say. Okay, so what can I tell you about the new project? I let a little bit slip in saying it was about racing. Show Unity. Okay, voice commands are working. Good. Clearly, I've resized the Unity window since we last looked at Unity. So let's drag this out to here and down to here. Okay. So this is a little sneaky peek. It is going to be a short stream today because it was mostly to make the announcement and to let you know about the new project. This gorgeous frostbite spell makes Shadow of the Erd Tree even prettier. I have not even heard of Shadow of the Erd Tree. That's a new one on me. If you want to read more about that story, you know what to click. Okay, so how much am I going to reveal today? Because it is quite a secret project. So this is one of the scenes that I'm working on. and I am slowly but surely creating a track. Because I said slowly, but yeah, okay. Good catch, StreamVOD, thank you. Okay, so love your face, Bean. So what I'm doing is I'm using assets from a racing pack that I have to create a track. And it's been a while since I worked on this project because, you know, if you haven't got 15 projects on the go, can you really call yourself a game dev? I mean, it's a good question. So I think I might have been basing this on an actual racetrack. But since it's been a while, do I remember which one? Since the scene is just called racetrack? No, I do not. I'm thinking it might have been based on Silverstone, which is the racetrack close to my hometown. So what's the game all about? Well, the game is, I feel it's unique in two different ways. So the first way is that it's a two-player game for one player. Hey, how does that work? Well, since you didn't ask, the way it works is you start off when the game starts and you drive the first lap. You drive to the best of your ability, you take hairpin bends, screeching, trying to get around the track as quickly as you can. And then when you've completed one whole lap, another car appears. The car that appears drives the exact same lap that you just did, and you have to try and beat him. That's why the game is called Can You Beat You? As in, I can spell as well. That's the title. Currently a working title, but I kind of like it, so it might stay as the permanent title because, you know, it's asking the question, can you beat you? Can you beat yourself? So when you've done the first lap, there'll be two tracks on screen. There'll be you driving your first lap and then you racing against yourself to try and beat yourself for the next lap. So that's the first, I want to say unique, but it may have been done before, I just haven't seen it, thing about the game. And the second thing is, it's not just going to be racing cars. So my vision is that, and why I wanted to keep the title of it non-car related, is because I'm thinking of having things like, okay, so, and I don't know how much of this is going to be monetized, whether it'll be a, okay, buy it and you get everything, or play it free and get just the racing and then you get the other stuff if you pay. I haven't worked on the monetization side of it yet. However, I can either release this and just do a racing one and have different tracks in the game and then just call it Can You Beat You, like racing version, but something better than that. Or what I thought of doing was having the first level as a racing track, racetrack, and then other levels with other things you could race in. So like, let's have the next level being horse racing. So you're a jockey, you have to jump over the hedges, take the bends, and then be going around a horse race track. 1-1 Lion, my fave Lion is in the house. How are you doing? Thank you for that resub. Much appreciated. Always welcome, but never expected. So how are you doing today, 1-1 Lion? Let's do a SO for 1-1 Lion, see if we can get a nice little recent clip. No, you, 1-1 Lion, I'm glad to see you. And I'm sorry that as a terrible viewer, I missed your last stream and just caught you as you were raiding out. I feel ashamed and embarrassed, but I'm going to out myself on stream.
Barbarossa has another quick question. Are these all of my hosted zone name servers? No idea. I am.
See, one line will tell it how it is. If you're interested in coding and apps and Blazor and lots of other stuff that I don't know very much about, and one line has probably forgotten more than I know, assuming he forgets anything, get yourself over to his stream. If he doesn't know anything, he'll tell you he doesn't know it, but can usually point you in the right direction of either a person or a resource that does know it. So, yeah, if you're not already following my fave Lion, do the thing. Just keep him busy as usual, and as you have said, it's never required, but always a delight. Yes, I do enjoy. I mean, I don't think it's any secret that I do enjoy One Lion streams. And as much as I don't like to disappoint him by not being there, I am usually disappointed myself if I happen to miss or just catch the end of one of his streams, because there's a very small handful of the streamers that I follow that I have notifications enabled for, because you know I'm a busy person. How do you do? They're really saying. Thank you, Louis. Yes, there are a handful of streamers, because I am very busy, and if I watched all the people that I follow every time they streamed, I would just spend 25 hours a day, 8 days a week on Twitch watching streams, which, you know, if I was in a position financially to do that, that would be quite a good place to be, I feel. But one of the handful is One Lion. So although I always get the notifications when he does go live, I can't always make it for whatever reason. I'm either not home or I'm in the middle of some worky thing or a meeting. So yeah, I try my bestest. And as enthusiastic as I can get, at least. Hello. Yeah, I don't know. I've got the lo-fi music playing today. I am not full of balint bubbles, as I like to say, because I don't know. Some days you just want to go with the flow. You just want it to be mellow. You don't. I don't want to be jumping all over the place some days, and some days I do. So yeah, it's just a kind of. I don't know, I guess it's a double-edged sword in that, I've worked with the Homeward Hound project for some time now, and although I'm not dropping it completely, I'm a little disappointed that it didn't go the way I hoped it would. Although, like I said earlier, the dogs will be coming back. But in the interim, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, we might even extend the days that I stream. I will be working on Can You Beat You, this game we've been talking about. So yeah, we're going to see how this goes. Tend to gravitate towards mellow. Mellow's good. I like mellow. It's good for my blood pressure. So there'll be no more derail days on Fridays. It will be the same project, Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, with possible other days being added. But as always, the schedule is posted on Discord, so you can usually find what's happening for the week in there. If you do happen to check the stream schedule for this week, it is the same template that I was using before I went on vacation, so it will still show Derail Day this week, and it will show Homeward Hound, but that'll obviously change for next week when the dogs take their little break. Yes, so what I'm thinking is we will have, whether it'll be in the same game or separate games, but there'll be racing levels. The first level is going to be the racing. car racing. There's going to be horse racing on other levels. And, you know, I'm open to ideas. I was even thinking something like cycling. I know I have some cycling animations and assets, so we can have like a cycle track. And what else did I think of? Oh, ice skating, because why not? What other game has ice skating and car racing? I mean, I don't know. So, I mean, maybe there's a reason nobody likes all of those things. But yeah, so I haven't decided yet. That's what I'm going to be focusing on creating. And once we have the first level working, I have a very basic level working, which didn't even include track assets. It included cars, but no track assets. It was just pretty much a basic plane, a flat object that made up a track, just so I could get the mechanics working. I like the idea of the typing of the dev as a racing game with boosts for combos and debuffs for missing a letter. Are you familiar with that arcade game? Is that why you mentioned Typing of the Dead on online? Because I was very surprised when I saw that in an arcade. And I do believe it was called Typing of the Dead. It's a racing game with boosts for combos and debuffs for missing a letter. Yeah, so Typing of the Dead, I'd have to Google it to confirm that's actually what it was called. It's like a zombie game, if I remember correctly, like Walking Dead. And you had to type. It actually had like a full-size keyboard on the arcade machine. I've got to see if I can find it now. Let's have a look. Of course, opera being opera, Oprah. Is doing what it does sometimes, and it actually says, hey, do you know what? I'm not going to maximize anymore. I'm just going to stay stuck on your taskbar, which apparently is the thing it does a lot when you Google the issue. So then I have to close it out, and then I have to open it again. And obviously, you know, they like to be different, so they have a little jingle when it opens. And then I'm just going to have to see. If I can resize it. So, show browser. There's House of the Dead is the light gun arcade. The Typing of the Dead is the keyboard version of it. I didn't know they made an actual arcade machine for it. Yes, they absolutely did. So I've got to find it now, because I went to an arcade, I think it was in Austin once, and they had a retro section where it was all the classics like Pac-Man, Dig Dug, Centipede, all those old ones, and it had that Typing of the Dead. Typing of the Dead arcade. Images. Yeah, here it is. Look, actually has a keyboard on the arcade machine. Yeah. So that was quite a surprise when I spotted that. A local Japanese themed arcade. It's actually real. Yeah. I don't know. Shadow of the Erd Tree. More Shadow of the Erd Tree. Can we switch it up a bit, please, Kotaku? I don't just want Shadow of the Erd Tree stories all day. Okay, so yeah. It was quite weird walking through, seeing all these. I think I even took a picture of it at the time, but yeah, it's lost in the midst of albums on my phone. Yeah, that. Oh, mucho maximized. Full-size keyboard. Anyway, show Unity. Okay, I'm loath to minimize Opera because if we need the browser again, we might not be able to get it maximized. So, all right. So yes, the mechanics are working already. So when you hit play, I don't know if we can hit play on this one because this is a newer version where I was working on creating a full-size track. Let's see how far we get with this when we hit play. Unity wakes up. Okay, so this is how the game starts. It's split screen. You start off, obviously you're the car at the bottom. And then brum brum brum, no audio yet. Obviously the animations are not in place. And then you drive around this track. And then what it will do is it'll say recording or something in the top screen. And then when you've gone through a track all the way around for one lap, then the top screen lights up and you'll see yourself, but you'll only see yourself from the perspective of the ghost car. So it'll all become clear once I finish doing this first track, because at the moment, since the track's incomplete, we're never going to get to the finish line where it triggers the second car to appear. So I've probably said too much already because, you know, wow. Someone will probably just steal my idea now and release it in a couple of days and make millions and squillions of dollars. Thank you, Balint, for gigantifying that emote, and thank you for those biddies. I think I reset all the prices on those. Yeah, so Twitch has these new power-ups. I reset them to be 25 points each, because I think when it creates them, they're actually more expensive than that. But it does give you the opportunity to have an effect on your message, on-screen celebration, or gigantifying emote. So if we do something like this. Oh, okay. Well, the one I was going to do, Lint just did. So let's choose a different one and just demonstrate. Gigantify. There we go. Okay. So that should now be finished. Okay. All right. So yes, you too can take your favorite appropriate or inappropriate emotes and gigantify them for the mere cost of 25 biddies. So that's why they're shown separately under the redemptions, because it actually uses bits instead of channel points. And Twitch have assured streamers that there will be other power-ups in the future, so I'm curious to see what else they add in. Okay, so yeah, the plan is, obviously this track has two spots. The starting car will be in one, and then once you've completed a lap, the ghost car will appear in the second spot and then be racing against you. Yeah, so I actually liked the idea of the two-player split screen like this. Oh, hang on. Yeah, I wasn't sure originally whether the main player should be in the top half or the bottom half. So yeah, the top half will say something like recording, like it's a video recorder. And we'll have a counter to show how fast you've completed the lap, and then have things like lap times and things. And then once you complete a lap, then the UI will change from being in the top half of the screen to being somewhere else, because I can't really have it over the top of the ghost car that's driving. So it might then change to maybe a small UI on the right hand side. Even like an actual racing game, have like a full UI on both of the screens. So it'll have the speed that you're driving, current lap time, fastest lap time, which will be your first lap you did, and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this. It should be interesting. So I'm going to come up with a game plan for what I'll be working on. Not necessarily each stream, because some things might take longer than one stream, but at least a to-do list of things to work through. So like, first thing, complete the creation of the track. Because at the moment we have a partial track, you can see here. So we need to complete the track, and then once we've completed the track, we need to confirm that the mechanic works for triggering the ghost car once you complete the first lap. I mean, things like adding the bushes, the trees, the environment, that's all polish at the end. So step 1 will be getting the mechanic working, step 2 will be getting the UI working, and step 3 will be the polish. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to seeing where this goes. Like I say, I did create the original project probably, I want to say last year, and then just tested out the mechanic, and it worked, I'm pleased to say. And so yeah, that's the direction we're going to be taking things in. So what I'll be doing is tomorrow, or later today if I have any time, and tomorrow I'll be coming up with a basic game plan of what we'll be doing. Not necessarily, like I say, when we'll be doing it, but the order in which we'll be doing it, and then we can start getting this fleshed out, and also deciding which platforms it'll be on. So for now it's created as a Windows build, which is the Unity default. But I also see this actually working quite well as a mobile game. If not on phones, which I think phones it would work, then definitely tablets, where you could maybe use the gyroscope in the tablet, so that if you're playing it and you're playing as the racing car, you can kind of tip it left and right to change the steering wheel. I think that could work. So I think initially we'll do a Windows build, but we will optimize as much as possible and try not to use any assets that would cause issues on mobile. And then hopefully once we have the Windows version up and working, it should be relatively straightforward to add a mobile build for Android and iOS. And those that use Unity will be aware that iOS builds do need an Apple device to build on, and I have a crusty dusty iMac Mini in my drawer that will bust out if we get to the stage of creating an iOS build, and then we can have a build for Macs and a build for iPhones and iPads, all being well. But that's a way off in the future. I'm going to get the first level working first, finish the track, test the mechanic, flash it out with some prettiness, and then we're going to decide whether it goes on itch, or what I would like for it is to go on Steam, but we'll see. Obviously Steam games come with a $100 price tag, so unless you have $100 you don't really care if you get back. It's good to be in a position where you can set the price so that you can in fact get your money back. So thank you for that shout out to the Captain Coder. Oh my goodness. Yeah, so I didn't plan on it being a long stream today. It was more an announcement stream and an intro into what we'll be doing, where we're headed. So if anybody has any questions about it or what we'll be doing, and feel free to ask. Well, welcome back. Thank you. It is good to be back. Always some trepidation when you haven't streamed for a little while, especially 3 weeks. You know, should I, shouldn't I? I mean, I'm probably not the only streamer to have thought, well, should I, shouldn't I ever? You know, the streaming thing has been nice for me. I've enjoyed doing it, but I'd be lying if I didn't say that I've considered on more than one occasion that maybe don't stream anymore. But I'm still here, so you've still got to put up with me, I'm afraid, and we're just going to be working on a different project. So I'll try and update the scrolling message to say something a bit more interesting for the next stream. I'm going to try and at least see if I can finish the track on here off stream, so that when we come back we can do some testing of the mechanic. Thank you, 119. I appreciate your support as always. Yeah, I mean, the way things are going, it's always a bit, I don't know, unstable is not the right word, but it's always a bit challenging when you're losing interest in a project to try and decide which part to do next. So I didn't really have any clear direction in which I was going, so every stream, I mean, sometimes even I didn't know when the stream started what we'd be working on that day, and I don't want that uncertainty. I want to actually know, okay, I can even publish it on a public Google spreadsheet or something, a Google sheet, and just say, okay, look, just to keep me accountable, this is the order of things that we're doing, this is what we're going to work through, and then even have not deadlines, because I don't want to get to that point where I say, okay, well, by this Friday we're going to have done this, because I feel like then you're not giving your best effort, you're just rushing to meet the deadline. But definitely a checklist of things that we can check off as we work through them, and that way I'll know exactly what I'm doing on the next stream, what I'll be working on, and what the end goal is, even though there won't be a specific date to reach it by. So yeah, I'm going to try and finish the track offline. Hopefully when I come back on Friday we'll have a finished track and I'll be able to demonstrate a bit better about how the game works. It's difficult with a half-finished track and not being able to show you it triggering exactly what it does and exactly what I mean, but hopefully the explanation has been enough to give you some idea. And as of right now, at least for testing purposes, the track will be all on one level. I don't know if you've ever watched Manadono stream. Let's do a SO for Manadono. Sometimes Manadono, who is a Unreal developer, plays a game called Trackmania. I don't know, could we be lucky enough to get a Trackmania clip? No. Yeah, it plays Trackmania, and it's a racing game that has 3D tracks rather than being on a 2D plane like this. So I'm not sure if we decide to have just racing cars and then release different versions of the game, then we might do things like, okay, the first track will be this one where it's on the same level, and then later tracks may be like loop the loops or bridges to jump across, that kind of thing.
Well, it's time for a brief message from our sponsor. Dawnblade. With Dawnblade, you can just do whatever you like to do, just fly wherever you want to fly.
Okay.
Heat rises, you can just zoom into the distance. You have no cooldown on Icarus Dash. You die.
Okay. I would assume that on these clips you are getting audio. I know we have some audio issues today with my devices not being seen by OBS. I'm hoping that a reboot will fix that, which I'll need to do a reboot anyway because, you know, every other day there's a Windows update, so I need to restart for that. So hopefully next time, thank you for that confirmation, One Lion. Yeah, yeah, hopefully we'll get Jesse back and all the TikTok TTS next stream after I make sure everything's working correctly. Yeah, so if we decide to keep all of the themes to individual games, then we can do things like add more racing game type stuff on later levels. Nano Dev, how are you doing? Good to see you. Wait, is fish not working now? Dr. Captain Sir is here as well. How are we doing, folks? Alright, so let's have a look and see why fish is not working today. Doing anything? I think it's not doing anything. Doing well? Glad to hear it. Alright, so let me see. Let me close out fish. Then we can reopen the fish. And then we'll see if the fish are going to behave today. Lurkbait Twitch fishing. Big Gamey is back, baby. Indeed I am. Indeed I am. So I think what I'm also going to do in future, just so we don't have dogs barking all the time, is I'm just going to put them outside when I start streaming. And then they can come back in when I'm done, because, you know, I don't think your ears deserve that, and it is very distracting, so. Your Twitch login has expired. Okay, the fishing game is saying, please log in to Twitch again in the settings panel. Okay, so settings. Connect to Twitch. Okay, authorize. Authenticated. You can now close the window, return to the application. Okay. Close that. Okay. Get rid of the UI. And let's give it another try. Okay, fishing is back. Thank you for that bit, Nano Dev. Bit for bit. Did you get some good relaxation or fun while away? I did, Dr. Cancer, yes. The main reason I go to England, what seems to be turning into an annual trip, is to see my family. So it's mostly like living over there rather than like a sightseeing trip. But yeah, we did do some fun stuff while I was there. Had a few days out, went to the coast. It was nice to get to the beach. Yeah, lots of shopping. And the weather was nice, 60s, 70s. It did rain for the first few days, but it was only like mostly showers. So, yeah. A fun time was had by all. Berlin, you caught a thong. Are they really called thongs? When I was growing up, they were called flip-flops. I don't know if thong is actually the right word for that. I've never known them to be a thong, but nice. Yeah, it's fun to catch up with family. Exactly. Yeah. So, you know, you can have all the video calls you want in the world, but, you know, nothing quite beats being there in person. Alrighty. So, like I said, this is going to be a relatively short stream today. It was just a quick update on what's going on with Homeward Hound, an introduction to Can You Beat You, and yeah, I'm going to try and get some more. Feels like Sony is finally leaving the PlayStation 4 behind. What a great machine the PS4 is. I'm not going to say was. Okay, so I'm going to work on more on this off stream, and we're going to have a look now. Hang on a moment. Thong sandals are the ones with the V strap that goes between the toes. Flip flops are the ones that have the strap that goes across the foot. Interesting. I didn't realise that was the difference in definition. So for me, growing up, I'm not sure the strap was or played any relevance to what we called them. Definitely had never heard of long sandals until I saw it in the fishing game. But again, that could be like just what my parents called them. That's what I knew growing up, or it could be where I grew up. I don't know. Some would say I haven't actually grown up. But anyway, so we're going to go ahead and see who we can raid out to today. Let's see who's online. Let's do the switcheroony to this scene here. So for now, that schedule will still stay the same. And as always, like it says, thank you to Balint, who was here today, Ducasoft and Irish John Games, even in their absence. Always appreciate their support. And I'm going to have to make a note. Going to need to update raid out message because obviously not working on Homeward Hound for a while. We shall need that to say something different. Fix OBS audio is the other one. Ciao to you, one line, and no thank you, Balint. Let's have a look. Who's on that we can raid out to today? It's a little earlier than we normally raid out, but we'll be back for a longer stream on Friday. Let's have a look, see who's in my list of peeps. Oh, I see that we have Bardaki on. I saw that Balint gave Bardaki a shout out earlier. Bardaki is also somebody that I have notifications enabled for, but since he only started streaming 9 minutes ago, no less, let's go ahead and raid over to Bardi today. Oh, and there's Freshy. Fresh from Bardi's stream. How are you doing, Freshy? Good to see you. We're just going for a fairly short stream today. It's just a quick update on my projects and to say that I will be back on Friday for a longer stream, and all being well, we can make some more headway with some of the projects. So there's Badaki. He's not long started streaming, so I'm sure he's not going to have much to tell us about his stream so far today. You enjoyed too, Freshy. Always good to see you. And oh look, there's Irish John's face popped up as well. So we're going to find out what all that fun is about. I'll be back on Friday, 10 AM Central Time. Hopefully with a bit more upbeat, since we won't be talking about projects going on hiatus. And we can get into some racing. Look, there is Irish John Games and Thor, who we talked about earlier, Pirate Software, who seems to be smashing all the Twitch records when it comes to raid trains and whatnots. So, Badaki, I think we have a command. Is it Bardi or Badaki? There we go. Okay, so Badaki's working on his RTS game called The Unwanted War, which is on Steam, so you can wishlist it. And he's just a good all-round fun person to know. So let's go across and find out what he's doing. Looks like he has some stickers and stuff. He's probably talking about TwitchCon. So let's head on over there and I'll see you on